It's the Mafia. Yeah. It's a Bill City. Yeah. A Buffalo Bill City. It's a Bill City. Yeah. It's a Bill City. Yeah. A Buffalo Bill City. Yeah. We got Josh Allen, got Steph Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. Yeah. Ike McKenzie on a jet sweep, maybe it's a fake. Honestly, it's a TD either way when you got Josh Allen making plays. Win a bowl before we get a new stadium. Who gon' stop us? We the greatest. Forget the Dolphins, forget the Jets, forget the Pats. Come and replay us, cause we ready. Got on my cousin Vintage, yeah, we ready. All the tables is bending, yeah, we ready. We will put up a fight. We ready, Dawson, that's with a spike. Are you ready? Season tickets, I'm hype up the team. Ready, Buffalo. This is our team forever. It is forever. We got Josh Allen, got Steph Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. It's a Bill City. Yeah. A Buffalo Bill City. Yeah, it's a Bill City. A Buffalo Bill City. Yeah, we got Josh Allen, got Steph Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. It's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Beware. Yeah, it's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Taron Johnson with a pick six. It's just too easy. Don't pass it the trade way. Please believe me, we got High Rod behind him and Poyer Free. On these songs, I'm snapping like I am Reed Ferguson. Greg Rousseau can show you what he's about. Trey Edmonds and Matt Milano can't get around him. My team is grounded. We ready. Got on my cousin Vintage. Yeah, we ready. All the tables is bending. Yeah, we ready. We will put up a fight. We ready. Dawson, that's with a spike. Are you ready? Season tickets, I'm hype up the team. Ready, Buffalo. This is our team forever. Forever. We got Josh Allen, got Steph Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. It's a Bill City.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's get the fire started in here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Buffalo Bills edition to Rise Up Early in the building. I'm Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter. Torch is in the building. Guess who I got live from Baltimore? My guy, man. I'm telling you, he is the incomparable sports director for Waffle Sports, Power 96.5. You know this guy, man. He gives you all the exclusives week after week after week in Baltimore right now at M&T Stadium. My guy, Mookie Hawkins, the Coach Hawkins, is in the building. Mook, what's up?
What's going on, Torch? Man, we up here in, Baltimore right now. They're showing us some love in the breakfast room right now with all the media heads, getting prepared for today's matchup.
Absolutely. Well, Mook, I gotta first and foremost ask you, what's your thoughts about this game and how does Buffalo bounce back from last week's debacle?
Well, we're going to see how much. I was just talking with my guy, Charles Johnson, and I asked him the same thing you asked me. So I'm going to, give his answer. What do the Bills have? We want to see what they got left in the tank from from last week. All right. How much has their bodies really, got back into some sort of normalcy going through what they went through up in Miami in those conditions. So how much do the Bills have in the tank and, in run game? What the Bills established in the run game today. So those are some of the two things that I'm going to be looking out for in this matchup.
Okay, well, you talk about the run game. You're talking about the run game and what they got left in the tank from last week. But here's my question. How do we get this run game going without Josh Allen having to run the football 10, 15 times a game?
Well, I mean, he didn't really run too much in the Miami game. It's just he threw too damn much in the Miami game. And we understand that swings out to the running back, check downs and stuff like that are considered runs in this day and age of football. So we need to get behind Roger Saffold, Deion Dawkins, Mitch Morris, who will be active today, and run the football. Try to establish some sort of run game to take the pressure off of Josh throwing the ball, especially in third and short situations.
Okay. What is your thought? Obviously, we talking offense right now and what they might have left in the tank. What does the entire offense have to do to win this football game with Baltimore? Being one of the perennial offenses in the league.
Well, it's not the Bills offense versus Baltimore offense. It's the Bills offense versus the Baltimore defense, and there's some chinks in that iron in that Baltimore's defense. When you look at a pass defense that's ranked, on the back end in the NFL, that normally, reacts for good days for this Bills offense. Stephon Diggs, he's a Baltimore native, so he comes back home. Look to see him have a big day today. Gabe Davis is in action, as well. So, he get those matchups one-on-one on that backside and against Bobby Humphrey there. So it's going to be some real intriguing matchups, again, with these two dynamic quarterbacks. And, I think that, the Bills should not have any issues with Baltimore's defense when it comes to moving the football.
Any X factors on offense today? Anybody that you see being an X factor besides the usual?
Dawson Knox. It's time for Dawson Knox to appear. Here we are going into week 4, and Dawson Knox hasn't really been a part of this offense as he normally was last year. So look for Dawson Knox. Look for the Bills to try to establish some sort of run game, whether it's the three-headed monster or Devin Singletary. But, I would like to see those two guys get going.
Okay. Let's flip sides and talk about the defense. Give us your thoughts on the defense. What does the defense have to do as far as getting the W today? Because that's obviously what they want to do. They want to get the W in Baltimore. But what does the defense necessarily have to do, and who should we be looking at?
Well, again, I think Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, Kumaro, I think those guys are inactive today again. So that's going to rely slowly on Daquan Jones and Von Miller, Greg Rousseau, Boogie Basham and company to go out there and apply pressure to Lamar. But the Bills has pretty much contained Lamar, not letting Lamar, go off of those big chunk runs as you see on a week to week, that he does throughout the NFL. But the Bills just kind of like had Lamar Jackson number and containing him within the pocket, making his runs very minimal. So you look at last time the Bills faced Baltimore, Lamar Jackson did not finish that game. So I know Lamar has a chip on his shoulder about that. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that works out. The Bills do have a better defensive front than they've had in the past, and Lamar Jackson definitely has something to prove versus this team when it comes to him being himself, out there on the football field. So it's going to be pretty intriguing to see Bills defensive line versus Lamar Jackson. And let's not forget J.K. Dobbins is suited up today.
All right. Interesting enough. You talked about Buffalo Bills inactives. Here's the list of inactives for the Bills going into this one. Jake Kumaro is inactive. Tommy Sweeney, Ed Oliver, like you mentioned, Christian Benford, Justin Murray, and Jordan Phillips inactive. Any defensive X factors you see in this game, Mookie?
X factor is going to be, let's see who's going to be my X factor. My X factor is going to be Kaiir Elam. Kaiir Elam. Here it is. Nobody's talking about the great game that he had last week, taming a cheetah, holding him to 2 catches, 33 yards. He's going to be locked up again against guys like Rashard Bateman. So Devin Duvernay. So there's going to be the X factor. How will he be able to respond and be consistent on the type of game that he had last week? Will he be able to emulate that again? Because that's going to be very much needed in this secondary that's depleted once again. Dane Jackson will be in the lineup. So you got Dane Jackson and you got Kaiir Elam on the opposite side of that. Obviously, Jordan Poyer will suit up. So that's good for the Bills secondary to have the all-pro back, back there making plays for the team. So how they'll fluctuate between Damar Hamlin and Christian Benford. Jaquan Johnson. We'll see. But, I'm going to, keep monitoring how the Bills substitute those guys between Hamlin and Johnson to go out there with Poyer. So you got Taron Johnson, Kaiir Elam is some of my X factors for the Bills defense.
Okay. You spoke on Dane Jackson. I want to talk about that for a second. Dane Jackson. Give us your synopsis on Dane Jackson filling in the leadership role as far as the secondary is concerned. Obviously Trey White is still not around, but give us a synopsis of how you felt Dane Jackson has done and what this means going forward if Trey White was to come back real soon, because obviously his IR is for 4 weeks at least. We don't know when he's going to come back, Trey White, but
right. Listen. Trey White won't be back after this week. All right, so I'm just gonna let y'all know that right now. It's just a process. It's a formality. It's not to be rushed. Trey White won't be back next week when he come off the pup list. So they might leave him back on there. Who knows? But I don't look to see Tre'Davious anywhere between week 8 to 10. That's when you probably see Trey White out there. Dane Jackson. I mean, he was a leader coming out of the University of Pittsburgh, so those qualities just carry over, to the NFL. So that's one thing that the Bills do a good job of, kind of good character guys, good leaders in the locker room. Dane is definitely one of those guys, and you got Poyer, back too, so he can help those guys on that back end, relay the calls between the two. So I don't think it's going to be any drop off, from that, having Poyer and Dane Jackson back out there, two guys that's familiar with the scheme on the back end to help those rookies.
Okay. Interesting enough. You said who are your X factors again? One more time, just for those who are tuning
Taron
in
Jackson
right now.
and Kaiir Elam.
Okay, so the two corners. All right, awesome. Speak about the defensive line real quick. How many sacks? How many pressures do you think that this Buffalo Bills D-line can get on Lamar Jackson? I know last week Lamar was dropped 4 times, had 11 pressures. Obviously, we seen the preview I showed against New England. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you got to spy Lamar. You have to contain, you have to spy. And having guys like Boogie Basham and Von Miller are guys that's very athletic, very elusive, that has the length that can keep Lamar in the pocket for those spy guys, a la like a Matt Milano or a Tremaine Edmonds to come in on the spy. Or you could use one of your edge guys as a spy. Von Miller is savvy and athletic enough to spy off the edge. So, look and see on how the Bills play Lamar Jackson. Once again, they do an excellent job of making sure he doesn't have big yards in the run game the past 3 meetings. I think that recipe will continue. If it ain't broke, don't fix it in that regard. So we'll see. Will Coach Frazier be able to, have some of the, remnants of previous games to kind of corral Lamar, force from the pass, even though Lamar's been doing a great job throwing the ball the first 3 games. We'll just have to see if that's consistent with some good play on the back end from the Bills defense.
All right, keeping it on the defensive end. Obviously, they have Mark Andrews, which is one of their main targets. He's a consistent target for Lamar Jackson. What do these linebackers have to do to slow him down? Obviously, we talked about Tremaine Edmonds being a little bit better in coverage lately. Matt Milano being more of a blitzing linebacker. What do you see out of those linebackers today that makes you comfortable with the matchup?
Well, if Matt Milano would have got that pick 6 last week, maybe the Bills would be, undefeated themselves. And, maybe we'll be talking about how well Matt Milano is could be, is right now is playing like a Pro Bowler at this point with 2 picks, so he's another guy that, that's been that spy for Lamar Jackson. We'll see, what Matt Milano's role will be today, but definitely linebackers is key. They're going to have to make sure they're read stepping, they're diagnosing plays quick and early, and going out there and making plays. This is a game to see, where Tremaine Edmonds has evolved, as a player, especially going up against a crafty guy in Lamar Jackson. So these are the big money games that you want to see your big money players perform in. And this is one of the games that we're obviously going to need Tremaine Edmonds to, bring the fire today.
Okay. Like it. Like what, all right. Dang, I think we summed this up real quick. We summed the whole entire game up damn near. Moot, your thoughts on what type of day Josh Allen has, and then your prediction.
Josh Allen is consistent. We just don't need Josh Allen throwing 60 damn times. You know what I mean? But other than that, he get Diggs the ball early and often. Find your tight end, get the run game going, and just make plays. If the Bills can stay away from third down, then so be it. And that's the key. How efficient will the Bills be on third down if they're faced to be, a lot of third down situations with this defense? So again, how much do the Bills have in the tank from last week? And will the Bills be physical enough, especially with the elements? It's cause for rain today, so maybe the elements will play a role in it. With the rain. Again, the Bills face Mother Nature. Not once but twice, back to back. So one, how much do the Bills have in the tank? And two, will they go out there and be able to get the job done against a tough Ravens team?
All right, your predictions. Do you have any predictions?
Of course, I'm always on go on predictions. I'm going to say Bills 33, Ravens 29. Josh Allen, again, they find a way to get the job done in a close situation and get in the win column when dealing with close games. So the Bills are 0-8. To me, I think the Bills have problems not knowing when to be aggressive when the game is on the line in clutch moments, and that's why they're 0-8 in that regard right now. But the Bills get back on track. They win the close one today, 33-29.
All right, real quick before we go, I wanted to make sure we got this out the way. So, Mookie, what is your thoughts on people who are still talking about this Tua situation as far as being as far as the whole situation with his health?
Listen, Miami knew what they was doing. Everybody in the world seen Tua head hit that ground. Everybody in the world seen Tua get up, shake his head, fall down. He should have never got back in the football game. And Miami want to talk about it was his back. Everybody, including Jimmy Hoffa, know that dude had a concussion last week. All right. And the Miami just allowed it. So it should be a hefty fine. The coach should be fined or suspended. And I think that the NFL just need to hit Miami where it hurts. Because now you're endangering lives. You endanger someone's life in order to try to win a football game. Miami is in hot water for that. It's no place in the game for that. I would go as far as taking the game, even though I know that, the NFL is not going to do that to set some sort of precedent. But that's how I feel about it, my opinion.
So there's a lot of talk about Matt Milano as far as saying that it was a cheap shot that started this whole situation.
He just pushed him. Like, he did a regular shove that everybody else would do. And he didn't go down to the ground with him. He just shoved the guy. It wasn't, no flagrant, but when he hit his head unbalanced and stuff like that, it wasn't like he went into him and overly extend with the shove. He just pushed him. Unfortunately, Tua fell how he fell, but I don't think it was nothing, derogatory on Matt Milano's. It's common in football. What Matt Milano did is common in football. It happens all the time. Tua just fell how he fell.
So I want to show you something real quick, and don't get it. I don't want you to be upset, but I got to show you this because there's a lot of people talking about this right here, and I'm gonna show it to you just because I need you to see it. Do you remember this, Mookie? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So people are comparing this Tua situation with that situation.
You can't compare it because Josh Allen hit his head again and nothing happened. Yeah. And he cleared all the tests. I don't think he went back. Did Josh go back in that game?
No.
Josh didn't go back in that game. He got knocked out.
It was the fourth quarter when that happened. Yeah, it was the fourth quarter when it happened.
Right. He got knocked out of the game. He didn't return.
Played the next week. Yeah,
he played
the next week though.
But he played the next week because he cleared protocol. Patrick Mahomes the same way. He cleared protocol. Tua played in the same game when he had that injury. Okay, he played. Right. He came right back out of the locker room at halftime and played still.
And then played 4 days later.
And then head smack again. And when you get your head smacked in back-to-back games like that, that's what's going to happen. Constant trauma forced his limbs to lock up. You can't look at Josh Allen's situation and compare that to Tua's situation. Because that was handled totally different.
Josh Allen didn't come back in that game. Thought was. Right, and that's what my thought was. The concussion protocol back then in 2019 when that happened was, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you had from Sunday to Friday, they gave you all those tests. They did everything they needed to. On Friday, you had to pass the test in order to play on Sunday. Am I correct?
Right.
Okay. Right. That's what I thought. Okay.
That's put all the necessary tests. Tua, we don't know what's going on with Miami. Miami, they've been taking all types of stuff. Miami is toxic right now. I don't trust Miami, what they're saying. You know what I mean? This goes all the way back from, like I said, with the Flores situation. And, so you have an owner that's with all of that stuff. So, again, I would hit him where it hurts. I'll take that game. I'll suspend the organization. And that coach as well has to be accountable for what his actions going to allow or trusting somebody else's judgment when you as the coach have clear judgment to yay or nay that situation, and he didn't.
All right. With that being said, you heard it first right here. I'm totally in agreement with that. That's exactly what I thought it was, and that's what I've been telling everybody for the last week. I want you guys to make sure that you tune in at 6 o'clock for Waffle Sports Report. We will be on again. Myself, Mookie Hawkins, will be in the building from Baltimore, giving y'all reactions on what's going on in Baltimore after the game. Because obviously Mookie expects a W. I expect a W as well from the Bills. And a lot of people going to say, well, we picking the Bills to win again this week. Well, why not, right? Why not pick the Bills to win this week, right? What, because it's Lamar Jackson? We're not supposed to? With that being said, anything that you see from Baltimore side, we talked Buffalo side, anything you see from Baltimore side that might make them on offense or defense give them
up front?
any type of
the Ravens are nicked up front. You got to take a look and see on Ronnie Stanley's issue, the Macari, the guard. He's a little nicked up. So just care to see how they play that. The game is won in the trenches, and that's something to watch out for with Stanley and Macari, the guard and tackle for the Ravens. How will they be able to hold up against this Bills defensive front?
All right. You got it first right here. The fire starter, the coach from Baltimore.
Mark Andrews, X Factor. They'll struggle versus tight ends. So that'd be my X Factor with Baltimore.
Okay, there you go. With that being said, we want to thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Enjoy your Sunday. All right. We will be back on at 6 o'clock. Talking Bills, Ravens, and a whole lot more. See y'all real soon, all right? Mookie, I want to thank you so very much for coming from Baltimore with this joint, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt, my guy. Go Bills.
Yeah. It's the Mafia. Yeah. It's a Bill City. Yeah. A Buffalo Bill City. It's a Bill City. Yeah. It's a Bill City. Yeah. A Buffalo Bill City. Yeah. We got Josh Allen, got Step Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. Yeah. Ike McKenzie on a jet sweep, maybe it's a fake. Honestly, it's a TD either way when you got Josh Allen making plays. Win a bowl before we in a new stadium. Who gon' stop us? We the greatest. Forget the Dolphins, forget the Jets, forget the Pats. Come and replay us, cause we ready. Got on my cousin Vintage, yeah, we ready. All the tables is bending, yeah, we ready. We will put up a fight. We ready, Dawson, that's with a spike. Are you ready? Season tickets, I'm hype up the team. Ready, Buffalo. This is our team forever. It is. Forever. We got Josh Allen, got Step Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. It's a Bill City. Yeah. A Buffalo Bill City. Yeah, it's a Bill City. A Buffalo Bill City. Yeah, we got Josh Allen, got Step Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. It's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Beware. Yeah, it's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Taron Johnson with a pick six. It's just too easy. Don't pass it the trade way. Please believe me, we got High Rod behind him and Poyer Free. On these songs, I'm snapping like I am Reed Ferguson. Greg Rousseau can show you what he's about. Trey Edmonds and Matt Milano can't get around him. My team is grounded. We ready. Got on my cousin Vintage. Yeah, we ready. All the tables is bending. Yeah, we ready. We will put up a fight. We ready. Dawson, that's with a spike. Are you ready? Season tickets, I'm hype up the team. Ready, Buffalo. This is our team forever. Forever. We got Josh Allen, got Step Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on a roll. No competition and it's not even close. It's a Bill City.